So today is Vesak, and some of you might not be familiar with that term. It refers to the celebration of the Buddha's birth and attainment of enlightenment and passing away, which is normally called parinirvana. And it's celebrated this way in many Asian countries, such as Thailand, probably Burma, I know in Singapore, and various countries in Southeast Asia. And it's said that the Buddha attained or experienced these three things: birth, enlightenment, and passing away on the same day, not on the same year, but during his life. It was always on the full moon day of the fourth lunar month that these important events took place. And in the Tibetan tradition, this date usually is 1 month later. So in our calendar, the calendar we use, it will be, I think, the 5th of June, 1 month from now. That's when we will be commemorating these important events in the life of the Buddha. So that means we get to celebrate twice. We get to show our respect for the Buddha 2 times this year. And traditionally, in, for example, Asian countries, on this day, in Buddhist temples and Buddhist centers, they have big celebrations. They put up big tents, and then lots of people come, and they offer candles and flowers, and they do prayers, and so on and so forth. Probably not now, with the lockdown. Most countries will be in lockdown, so I think they probably had online prayers and events happening. But here in Sravasti Abbey, because this is a full moon day, we took the 8 Mahayana precepts, and this morning we just had teachings. Venerable Children started teaching the guide to the Bodhisattva's Way of Life by Shantideva. And then this evening we'll do our bi-monthly ceremony to purify and renew our precepts. So it's always good to try to use this day in beneficial ways, doing activities that are virtuous, create as much virtue as possible. And a number of world leaders have recognized Vesak, including the former President Barack Obama and the current Prime Minister of Canada, Justin Trudeau. And also the United Nations formally recognized this day in 1999. And this year, the United Nations Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, posted a message on the UN website recognizing Vesak and what it means in 2020, particularly in the midst of the coronavirus crisis. So here are his words. I send warm wishes to all celebrating the day of Vesak, a sacred occasion to millions of Buddhists around the world. As we honor the birth, enlightenment, and passing of Lord Buddha, we can all be inspired by his teachings. And as the human family suffers the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, we are reminded of the sutra, because all living beings are subject to illness, I am ill as well. This timeless message of unity and service to others is more important than ever. It is only together that we will stop the spread of the coronavirus and recover. On the day of Vesak, let us celebrate Lord Buddha's wisdom by taking action for others with compassion and solidarity, and by renewing our commitment to build a peaceful world. So really beautiful words. And I'm sure that if the Buddha were in the world today, he would agree 100% with this message. So let's all do what we can to relieve suffering and bring peace, harmony, health, and happiness to all living beings. And one thing we can do, we're doing various virtuous activities here, And maybe not everybody listening is able to or knows how to do such virtuous activities. But one easy thing is to rejoice, just to rejoice, to feel happy in the good that is done by others. So we hear of many acts of kindness and also generosity. Like Venerable Sutra mentioned the other day, this Giving Tuesday. I tried to find out this morning how much money they raised, but I wasn't able to. Maybe they're still counting it. But I'm sure it was up in the millions, if not the billions. So just rejoicing in all the acts of generosity that have been made. And also, here at the Abbey, we've been asking people to recite the Buddha's mantra, Taita Om Mani Muni Ma Muni Soa. The original goal was 1 million by today, but I think there's been more than 3 million. More than 3 million, and still counting. People are still counting. So again, a huge amount of merit has been accumulated by a lot of people in honor of our future Buddha Hall. So we can, at the very least, rejoice in the good that is being done by many people, many beings around the world, around the universe. And in that way, follow the teachings of the Buddha and create virtue, merit for ourselves.